Okay, everyone, Group C. We are going for the Netherlands against Team Germany in our match. Actually, it's not quite true. It is Team Poland that is currently playing over here. Yeah, lots of stuff happening, lots of overlays that we need to adjust here too, so we're getting busy. But I caught it in time, so no complaints over here. Now, game number 1, we're going to Infernal Shrines. This is going to be an important one for the Netherlands in particular. They are currently on the same amount of points. They're tied with Team France in Group C. So whichever team is... Well, let's put it like this. If the Netherlands are winning here, they take first spot in the group, which would be amazing for them, because they would then advance automatically to the next round of the tournament, and then the remaining 3 teams would have to figure out who's able to take second place to at least participate in the last chance qualifier to have a shot of participating in the next stage as well. Now we got 28 teams in total, representing 17 countries. This, as I mentioned, is Group C. There's $10,000 on the line, and I'm casting once again today with Trixler.
And in we go. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here, etc. Murden gonna be our first pick coming on Infernal Shrines. I'm actually kind of quite curious to see if I can get some Diablo. In general, with the series, I actually feel like I haven't seen much Diablo, aside from bans in around game 2 or game number 3. Diablo was fantastic on Infernal Shrines. I do like Blaze as well because of his AoE and the great chugs that he has with that jet propulsion coming in. But I'm curious, Khaldor, where's my boy Diablo been? Has he fallen off? Is he just like kind of one of the mid-tier tanks nowadays? What's going on with him?
I honestly think you just got unlucky. We had a fair amount of Diablo games, but when you jumped in... I mean, obviously we are now on the newest patch too, so I think there's a little bit of a shift where maybe people look at Murden and they're like, alright, let's see if we can actually pull something off with that mythic reward that he has on level 1. Not really the highest priority, but we see Diablo, he gets played.
Sure.
And this is just, again, this is just not cool. Banning Cho'Gall... I didn't even expect a Cho'Gall ban. I had Cho'Gall not even on my mind for this one, but once you start banning him, in my head it immediately triggers the reaction that I expect there could have been a Cho'Gall pick. They know something I don't, and then I want it. So it's just like dangling, you know, a carrot in front of you and taking it away. Not
This
cool.
is where I wish in this like observer mode while we're doing drafting, I could look through the player's profile and scout them out and see if there's any Cho'Gall players, you know, but I can't quite do the detective work here. Cho'Gall on this map can be pretty okay, especially if you want to try and commit fully to the shrines and grabbing those, and his follow-up can be wonderful, especially with that upheaval being available. But we won't be getting that today. There is a tank that we do enjoy seeing. Garrosh showing up, helping up with those combos. I would love to see a little bit more damage and more CC to follow that up, and Decker does give the CC that will be helpful. Hey! Oh, shit!
Okay, we're going for the Trixler special. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Murky analysis to you.
You cover the other 9 characters, and I'll keep an eye on the Murky build, alright? That's what I'm here as a co-caster.
Again, guys, newest patch, so Deathwing changes, of course, are also live now, but boy, I did not expect that double pick. Holy hell. Game number 1-2. Netherlands, I mean, again, they know that they're the favorites here, but they still have to win to make sure that they take first slot. So they need to take this seriously. First map, it's Infernal Shrines. We got Netherlands against Team Poland, ladies and gentlemen, and we got a Murky pick. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Game on, everybody! Murky changed in the latest patch. Lots of stuff happening here, but still not what I expected in game number 1 of our series. Puffed up on the baseline now for him as the blue team starts things off with Crankle on Murky. We got Simply on Murden, Higao on Junkrat, Uki on Ana, and last but not least, Yerath on Deathwing.
On the far right in the red team, Elitas on Garrosh, Zaxi on Blaze, Voice on Hanzo, Barlowar on Deckard, and Volix on Vala. So yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on Murky, mostly because he was someone that I loved playing, and I did see that recently he changed, of course, the Big Tuna Kahuna being the big one that really stood out to me at level 20 being removed. You no longer have that big Murky version, but I have heard from other Murky enthusiasts that he does feel stronger in the early game now, so I will be keeping an eye on him for you guys at home. He does have that quest now puffed up now, which is now being available. After getting 200 stacks, Murky's basic abilities no longer deal reduced damage to structures, and after getting 400 stacks, Murky's maximum health will be increased by 50%. So that's kind of a way to offset that Big Tuna Kahuna.
I honestly expected quite a bit from the patch in the sense that the meta will obviously change a bit, priorities will shift. I did not expect, as I already said, a Murky pick this early. And he's already starting to proxy the waves here, which I like. I loved that with the Vikings back in the day, and I like it when Murky does it too. So Crankle is instantly moving in here and trying to apply lane pressure to Blaze by simply proxying the waves in the back and staying away from that tower that is now trying to guard that. So we'll see how much Murky can actually do in this, and if he is going to be a stronger presence going forward. Because, again, this is the first weekend, the first day, essentially, where the new patch is live in the tournament. And we'll see over the next few weeks how teams adapt. But that is unexpected and extremely cool.
Yeah, very exciting here. We'll keep an eye on Murky. He is one of the better double soakers in the game thanks to his pufferfish, but if you do babysit him, Murky usually has a hard time. And I am wondering if those changes lately on the talents are going to be adjusting that in any way, shape, or form. If you are able to hop on top of his pufferfish, he can't wave clear that easily. It takes him 3 or 4 slime stacks to pull it off, and that's a cooldown of 5 seconds, so you should be able to win out the trade over in that regard. And in fact, we see that for the red team right now, as Volo rotated over to deal with Murky in the middle lane, and Blaze pushed up, putting him into a weird scenario. There is a fight down here in the bottom right for this camp. Garrosh already low on HP, and man, these teams today are doing a great job of catching Garrosh out of position. We saw it earlier with our match of Germany and France, and now today we're seeing these Garrosh struggling to step up as Deathwing pounces on them quickly.
Team Netherlands, just aggressive posturing all around from them, trying to take the opponent's camp away too. There's obviously now a lot of stacking quests and baselines in the game. Muradin working heavily on his hammer time, trying to go for the 50 so he gets the pierce on his Stormball at a minimum. Mythical reward, probably not really in the cards for that. You have to, I mean, it needs to be a very long game and a lot of auto attacks for him to get there. But just the first reward is already a big step forward in competitive play. And yeah, Muradin, he's been posturing very aggressively and has been trying to annoy them and stack as much as he can. Simply is all in on this, so he's really in the opponent's face while they're creating a little bit more space for Murky to just do his thing on the lanes and get stacks on his baseline.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the build here. For the level 4 talent pickup's gonna be the Slime Time. This is usually a pickup for a lot of Murky players. It scaled up really well into late game when you paired it with the 16 talent that gave you extra damage. Looks like it has been changed a little bit here where you can stack it up and get damage and then slows after a decent amount of stacks up to 20. And you usually wanted to pair that with your Slippery when wet, and then your Rejuvenating Bubble at 13, but we gotta see if those talents are still available even, as there was a decent amount of changes. So keep an eye on the build for you Murky enthusiasts. Simply DK moving in and going for a Stormbolt on the back line, doing a great job of being annoying. Meanwhile, Deathwing and crew turn around and work on Blaze, and he's able to pop his trait and survive, and there goes one, maybe a second. Deathwing trying to escape. Hanzo is thrown in. Here
No
comes
way.
the arrow. No way. Does he have the scattering arrow? Can he maybe do that? No, nothing. Deathwing gets away with 1 HP. And Ana hits a double sleep.
Blue team is about to get the Punisher, but still, that was wild. Muradin missed the Stormbolt on Vala, or could have gone for the kill and removed the first stack of auto attack speed from her. But instead, Muradin was the one that got killed. They still were able to get the Punisher, so now they can capitalize on that. And saving Deathwing here was just massive. So great job by them. And just look how aggressively they're pushing for Garrosh again. Forcing him back, putting him straight into the line of fire with Junkrat, and there's the kill. Second one for the Netherlands, as they're fully isolating also the fort and go for the first structure of game number 1.
And look at this. Looking like we're doing a bit of an anti-tank Murky build. We go into level 7 talent Black Lagoon, which increases the slime radius by 30%, making it a little bit easier to hold that front line. You lose your bubble to try and slow down people that are pushing up, but you want to try and spread that slime as much as you can on the front line, make it harder to get to your Junkrat, Ana, and even a Deathwing. What a curious Murky build so far. I am quite curious about level 10. Is it going to be March of the Murlocs, or are we going for a full lockdown with the Hentai? I think March of the Murlocs makes a little bit more sense here. You would be able to get ahead and also use that around the Shrine phase, where you can get them nice and sticky and make it harder for them to walk away from Junkrat's nades.
I mean, the thing is that March of the Murlocs got buffed a little bit, so typically you would more so see him go for his Octograb. But right now, we might see a change on that. I mean, you have the level 20 never-ending Murlocs that also no longer deal reduced damage to structures. There are some arguments for that. Maybe he is going to try that one out. For now, though, they are quite happy just going for kills. And Hanzo and Garrosh both fall. 60 stacks for Ana on level 1 with the Vampiric rounds already. Whereas Murky is happily stacking his baseline as well and is doing okay there. The team is doing fantastic. The Netherlands are really on the move. They have an early level 10, 2-level advantage over the red team, and they're exploiting that completely with heroic abilities now getting picked up.
Yeah, having this early of a lead is massive in these games and usually showcases, a great focus between the two. Here comes the rocket ride, down to 85% of the health bar on Volix. Going to be able to get popped there pretty quickly while Harith and crew continue to push down here on the bottom.
Dude.
With a middle fort down, life is getting rough.
This is going to be awesome. Octograb into a nano boosted rocket ride and a Deathwing superhero landing. This is going to kill
Murky.
stuff.
Nano boosted Murky's a legit thing too, man. That spell power on the slime being combined as well. The Junkrat would be cool to see, but I just want you to know, Murky is definitely a candidate as well, Mr. Khaldor.
We got Vala. I actually thought he would go for Octograb here when Vala showed up for just a moment. Simply was already in play for a Stormbow follow-up, but I guess they didn't have enough damage dealers around to really threaten her. With Junkrat, I think they would have gone for it immediately, but he's still on cooldown on his ult. But I personally love Rocket Ride. It's such a fun, heroic. Is it the strongest? Not really, but it's kind of entertaining. I liked it when back in the day, the US were actually starting to pick Rocket Ride against Deathwing picks because he just can't escape with his pick hit model. What am I looking for?
Yeah, his massive hitbox.
The hitbox, thank you very much, yeah. So with his hitbox that he just couldn't escape and was always pressured by that. It was a cool adjustment. Didn't really stick for too long. Deathwing also didn't become a super heavy meta pick for a long time, but this was a cool adjustment back then. And look at this, they're already going for it. Murky's on the move! And yeah, Junkrat already screwed it up a little bit. They're trying to go for Blaze. And I guess they're going to get him eventually, but that didn't go according to plan.
That feels personal. You know, I know Blaze right now is sitting on his keyboard here, and he's like, well, I would have liked to be able to win my character, you know? Rough for him there. He gets picked off. A massive play to the top here to take him out. That did give time for our red team to move over and start working on the shrine. They're at 27, and around the 30 mark is where you're like, do I even want to come in here and try and contest this? Here comes the Netherlands, though, as they move forward. Deathwing already being able to dance around that story time. He don't care about Decker Kane and his stories. Able to put some damage on top of Garrosh. Here comes Simply DK, trying to get the auto attack. There's the pounce, and one pick will come out. 33-11 in shrine control, and it's looking like the Netherlands might be able to make a play to take this Punisher as they're getting a kill on Hanzo.
Yeah, they're getting aggressively in, and Hiraz gets the kill, but is not gonna make it. Gets taken out by Vala eventually. So Murky, doing all of this, by the way, didn't even care about what's going on at the bottom of the map, and instead went just towards the top and said, okay, this fort is mine, and is going to take it. So no matter who wins the Punisher, that's already a W for the Netherlands on the top lane.
Dude, did he just use his bunker? That regenerates health now, by the way. He doesn't have a shield anymore. Did he just use his bunker to tank that fort because he knew that Blaze couldn't come afterwards? And then in the middle of the animation, threw down another bunker to have an additional HP for that split push. What a heads-up play by this Murky. I'm inspired. I'm playing Murky on Tuesday. I'm inspired by Crankle123. Every play will be for my God and Savior, my GOAT, Crankle123. That was sick! What great micro, dude!
Tim is inspired to play Murky again. Hide your Storm League accounts, everybody.
No, man. You get in my lobby and I'll carry you in my backpack. That's what we're going to do, man. All you got to do is not feed, all right? I got you on the Merkster. Harith making us a play in the top right corner, but a little bit of harassment. Main focus right now is the middle and the bottom lane. That next fort is going to be putting down. I'm actually looking at him. He's straight up putting his egg in the middle of the wave here to make sure he has that bunker timing available to him. Love to see the aggression.
Vala just getting killed by Deathwing at the top lane. Now that's a meme and a half. That can't happen. Not in that situation. So Vala now down one of her stacks on the baseline, which is of course a problem. And when we're talking about stacks, I mean there's a lot happening here. Murky's nearly done with his baseline quest. He's at 353. Needs the 400 of course to complete it. Muradin has also gotten his first quest reward, so that's big. That means that he now gets not only the cooldown reduction but also Pierce. So there's a lot of cool little things coming in for the Netherlands where they will get even more power. They have a lead in XP by 3 levels currently. They have a talent advantage. They came in as the favorite. I mean, obviously, they already defeated the Germans. They defeated also the French in the same group. And now they're going up against Team Poland here. And they're looking to secure themselves a lead in this best-of-3 series. They're the favorites. And it is tough for Team Poland to try and fight back, especially since they are about to be 2 talents down in a moment.
Yeah, things are roughing up. looking rough here. Decker's gonna drop down and stay while and listen just to save his entire team. Oh, bunker, maybe they get out. Barler gets into a Stormbolt though. There's one and there is two. Netherlands are cleaning up this fight. And just looking over to Murky right now, he has 392 stacks. He is about to get his mythic reward of 400, which means that he will get extra HP by 50%, making him a little bit more tankier, which does synergize very, very well with the 13 talent Fish Tank. Murky is healed for 20% of the damage he deals with basic attacks and basic abilities, so he will be a menace in these fights. As the tower is straight up just being died in the top right corner with no minions here.
Dude,
this poor Vala.
the Netherlands just with a no-chill approach. Diving behind towers, behind forts, like no aggression is too aggressive. Just go all in, running down on every single lane. Who cares about running down mid? We're running it down everywhere we can. And they're getting one kill after another. A 4-level lead right now. They are absolutely dominating this. And again, I have to mention it once more. This is an open tournament. So with 3 teams signing up for Poland, this is the lowest seed on the Polish side. And the Netherlands are just showing what they're made of. We have some top tier players over for them, obviously. Tournament players like Uki, like Krankle here. Herath that's playing. And yeah, they are just showing how much more experience they have than their opponents. And yeah, I think they're enjoying themselves here.
Honestly, losing Big Tuna Kahuna isn't too bad. I'm looking at the HP bar of Krankle right now. He's at 2100 HP after finishing that quest of 400 stacks. If you compare that to Hanzo, who's at 2300. Not too bad on the tankiness side. Arrow comes out on the back left. Crinkle's just straight up running it down here on top of this Deckard Kane, being able to get those heals coming in thanks to his fish tank. The potions coming in from Barlow should be enough. Another big slime coming in. Crinkle finally will be deleted, but not after using 4 stacks there in the slime attack. Garrosh by himself here against Ana, and looks like they may have to move away. Junkrat is around the corner here, though, to look for a kill. But this is a 4-level difference between our 2 teams, Khaldor.
The stupid rocket. I love this thing. He's just zipping around looking for any opportunity to go for the next attack here. I mean, the red team, I feel a little bit sorry for them. They're clearly outclassed here. I mean, again, this is the first round of the tournament, of course. We are in groups. There are big skill differences. And let's face it, the Netherlands, after already defeating the other 2 teams in Group C, they are bound to take first place here at the end of the day, unless something totally insane happens. But yeah, they are pinned down now. The red team is pinned down in their base. They have very little that they can actually do to get out. They're still trailing a talent, which makes things so much worse for them. And just dealing with a blue team is a struggle in and of itself. Murky pushing the lanes. Deathwing as well. Comes in here as they go for the next kill. And that's Garrosh down once more. 7th time that he gets eliminated on this first map of the series.
Autograb around the back, trying to get out that tire on top of a target, but wisely, the red team was able to turn around and kill Murky. That way they wouldn't be locked down into the Optograph. The Hucky currently being chased down as well, and if we can get a kill or 2 for our red team, that will give them some needed experience to get back in the game here. Ana now down, and finally we get a big change of experience. But man, 20 is right around the corner for the Netherlands. Yeah, Murky's pushing in the middle. This one feels kind of over, dude.
For just a second, I actually thought that Blaze would die at the top lane. I thought Ana could take him down. It didn't really look too far off. Deathwing now
she's ahead.
with the baseline at 664. He's not going to complete that anytime soon, but yes, new Deathwing in the game. Frozen Punisher has obviously been locked in by the Netherlands too. They were active everywhere, and after Murky pushed for the keep in the mid lane, he's now down at the bottom of the map. And the rest of the blue team is moving topside. Even Murky is now joining up. They are trying to go for a death push here. We're 15 minutes in, and the Netherlands, they're looking for victory.
You know it's serious when Murky shows up. Pufferfish goes out, locked into a full combo. Ought to grab into a Pufferfish, but Garrosh actually able to survive thanks to Deckard Kane and the potions. Punisher is leading the charge here, though, looking to jump on a few more targets. Murky will be in the bottom lane and on his way. Simply DK goes up, looks for a Stormbolt. Hanzo able to dodge on it for now. Punisher does get cleared up. So defense is going to be okay for now, as they actually hold for the moment. Deathwing actually going a little bit too far here. He's actually all by his lonesome in a 5v1. Simply DK is around the corner. Ah, I see. Gotta go ahead and fly out with the Cataclysm just in time.
Deathwing just saying, I got this, boys. Goes 1v5 for a moment. Ah, no chill here. Yeah, so they are, I mean, again, they're doing great here. They're dominating this, obviously. The Polish team being good sports and really trying to defend as best as they can. Whereas the blue team is now looking for more aggression through the middle of the map. That level 20 advantage is something they, of course, want to exploit. But there's the hit on Anna. They're trying to get the next kill. Deckard Kane down already, on the other hand. And Garrosh gets focused again. He dies. But the Granny is eliminated as Vala comes in with another shot. Gets punished a moment later. Murky is gone to our Lord and Savior eliminated as Deathwing was trying to go for Hanzo here, but had to back off as the... Oh my god, as the keep really went for it. And he gets Hanzo. Nice. Vala with a big one. Voice gets the kill.
And we're getting some decent experience. There are 3 people down for the red team, and this keep should be a focus here for Simply DK and Higo as they move forward with this Junkrat. But that 20 is around the corner, and we have seen comebacks in Heroes of the Storm, where if you are, of course, on even talent levels, be good to go, and we're about to be there. We'll see if they can follow this up. Murky continues to spawn in the bottom lane. It continues to be a complete nuisance, a little menace, a little demon, if you will, which is why I'm such a fan of him. Stormbolt comes in, hits Blaze. No bunker for him. There's gonna be the hit, and Blaze is
There's no kill like overkill. That was definitely not needed. An auto attack or 2 would also have done the trick, but hey, at least they took him out in style. And also, talking about taking things out, all the keeps are now taken out. Every single one of them. Deathwing, by the way, top damage dealer in the game, followed by a Hanzo on the red team side.
20 hits. You know, I'm trying to be Mr. Positive here. Punisher has not been grabbed yet. If they can somehow control all their waves and get a fight to go their way. They have been trying to focus Ana a lot, right? So if they can get on top of her pretty quickly, that could be one of the main ways to come back. But then they have to watch out for Deathwing, who has been diving their back line. So this next fight is going to be the most important one here for our red team. Let's see if they're able to get it. Shrine activates in 28 seconds. Murky, for his level 20 talent, has actually picked up the Making Inky, which allows for him to put his slime out every 1.5 seconds. It's incredibly fast.
They are applying an enormous amount of lane pressure, by the way. They waited until the objective was announced, and then they picked up every single camp on the map here. And Murky proxied the next minion wave, and now he's wasting their time a lot. Yeah. Whereas they are jumping straight onto Garrosh again, and guess what? They're getting another kill. Garrosh gone once more. He is looking for the double digits on the death count. One more, and he is on 10. Whereas Muradin is now pushing the top. Murky, I guess, is going for the shrine, but the rest of the team is already pushing straight up for the core.
Yeah, you have Junkrat, right? As long as you protect him, you can slowly seed it down, get that armor down. You'll have the catapult with you as well, so might as well just start that up. And Murky will easily clear out that shrine eventually, especially with Making Inky being available. He's already at the 18-minute mark as they will group up. And yeah, this one's looking pretty darn done. Simply DK steps up and drops down the avatar state. Stay a while and listen. A story about penguins being told. And he's just straight up attacking here. Doesn't care, jumps in low on HP. There goes down the core, down to 30%, down to 20. And that is going to be a win for the Netherlands as they stomp game number 1.
Nicely done. And, well, they take a lead. GG. Well played. I hope all of you guys are enjoying the Nations Cup. We have an epic event on hand right now, and it's tons of fun. But please keep in mind that events like the Nations Cup, like Meta Madness, the Bounty Cup, and many other tournaments that we've been running on the channel here to support Heroes Esports are only possible through either private supporters or campaigns that we have with partners on the channel. And right now, we have a campaign going on where you can support the channel for free and with a minimum of investor time. All that you gotta do is download Opera GX, which is a browser that has an integrated VPN, has tons of themes and other features that are directly targeted at gamers. But if you download the browser through the link below and install it, maybe watch a video or two on YouTube, watch a live stream, or just play around with it a little bit, that already is enough to support the channel here. I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes of your time to do exactly that. As I said before, it's absolutely free, doesn't cost you anything, and I've actually seen quite a few people that then even switched over because they prefer the browser to others. Be it as it may, if you want to support the channel, there's an easy way to do it. So thank you very much in advance and enjoy the rest of the show today. Okay, Battlefield of Eternity, everyone. Team Netherlands as the big favorite in the match and also the group is currently enjoying the series against the Polish team. And Balor and his boys, they're being good sports about it after their loss on Infernal Shrine. So we're heading into Battlefield of Eternity, our second map. Murky, 100% win rate in the tournament. What do you think, Tim? Actually, no. we casted already a Murky game and he lost. You
Yeah.
remember? Murky plus Nova. So right now, your boy is only sitting at 50%. What's going on?
I mean, user error is a definite go-to that I would say here without seeing the game myself. Did you say that it was a Murky and a Nova combo? Were they just doing auto grab and the precision strike the entire time?
Wait, they had Nova. What did they have? They had Precision Strike, but they had more. I think they had Sonya with Leap, Murky Octograb, and they had something else. They had Phoenix, and then Phoenix, he ruined the game for them because he mispicked and didn't go into Cracker, but instead picked Salvo.
Oh
so
my
inexcusable.
God.
And
Yeah,
I think I don't think they got a single kill with the Octograb combo.
Oh, no.
So they were just fully embracing the meme at that point. But when Phoenix mispicked, dude, I was mad. I was like, I want to see the lulz, buddy. What are you doing here? If you execute one combo and get a kill, I might just give you the win out of principle. And then, yeah, he mispicked. It was a sad moment.
Brother, Murky is all about the eggs, but you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket. I'll have to talk to their team coach later on. But yeah, I would say we got a feel for what it can be like if you don't babysit Murky well enough, as we saw last game, where if he's able to double soak and clear things out, and then of course you're struggling on your 4v4s across the map, you're going to fall behind pretty quickly. And Netherlands just seems like they're a well-oiled machine. Kudos to the opposing team for trying their best there, but definitely being down 3 to 4 levels really showcased that the macro was just missing a little bit. But as we head into game number 2 for BOE, I do think that Battle for Eternity is a great map for equalizing two teams that may be different in skill, right? With it being 2 lanes and the focus around fighting around the middle of the map. So this is a good chance here for our red team, Team Poland.
And as you already said, Poland, I mean, they're clearly the underdogs. This is an amateur team. They're playing here to represent Poland, have a little bit of fun in all of this. And with so many teams signed up against 28 teams for Heroes of the Storm is insane. We obviously have some clear underdogs and some favorites in pretty much all of the groups. Next round, when we whittle it down to 8 teams, this is where things are really going to get crazy before we're heading into the final bracket, which will be phase 3 of the tournament. But it seems that currently we have with Stitches, Mephisto, and Alexstrasza a little bit of a focus also on some of the quests here, because this is likely going to be the typical Alexstrasza trying to feed Stitches some globes for the big hit points combo. And I'm a bit surprised they didn't ban Medivh, because I'm expecting a kidnap combo.
Oh yeah, I can see that too. Have Alexstrasza pop into Dragon form. You have that pushback available to you. Okay, we'll see what goes from here. Genji and Tyrael does give you some nice aggression. Anduin was a beautiful ban here.
Yeah.
Anytime that you see a Genji on the opposing team and you have a ban slot available to you, Anduin is going to get value no matter what, because that light bomb can show up onto you pretty quickly. Greymane does come in to help out with the Immortal focus, and of course deleting a target. Actually really good against Mephisto as well. If he ever jumps in and you're able to put some damage on him while he's jumping in on you, you can go for the throat and clean him up before he gets back. So far a pretty solid draft for Team Poland. I don't mind it too much.
I want to see if the Netherlands are going for another crazy pick here towards the end. They came in earlier with Murky, of course. And here comes Alarak. Okay, good follow-up. I like it. But we get Diablo. There's your Diablo. Triple front
there
line.
He is.
Double tank.
Okay, looking to hold that front line. Hard to get past. Okay. That's going to make it hard for Greymane, actually. Because like, you have to whittle down Greymane or Diablo and Stitches, right? Before you can even move in. At least Imperius is helpful in that regard. Do you go percent damage here? They grab Karazim. Okay, so they're the percent damage.
All right, yeah, they're going Baldy. Okay, that's a choice. There's a lot of mobility that we have on them. I mean, they can all just jump on the same target, like, easily. Yeah. I don't know if that's enough, though. But I guess we're going to find out. Map number 2, it's match point for the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, our second map, Battlefield of Eternity. Map number 2, Netherlands in the lead. And as expected, we get on level 1, Hungry for More, 4 Stitches, played by Simply. Krankle on Alexstrasza, a little bit of a role swap over here. All of a sudden, we have him in a support position. And the obvious choice, Circle of Life with Ukyo and Mephisto. We got to go on Alarak, and then Hereth on Diablo. Over on the right side, it is Team Poland. Tim, take it away.
Team Poland here. Elitas on Tyrael, Volix on Greymane, Zaxi on Imperius, Baller on Karazim, and Voice on Genji. I'm not gonna lie, I was so focused on Krankle last game because he was playing Murky I didn't even realize all these guys' names on Team Poland. I am sorry for the disrespect. I will focus a lot more here on game number 2. I have ADHD, okay? So when I can focus, we're good to go.
We have a 2-3 split apparently at the top now. At least for now. I mean, obviously Genji is likely to rotate down eventually.
Yeah.
But they're hoping to get some damage in on Higao for now. And down at the bottom of the map, yep, it's party time for Stitches. Get a couple of camps, get the globes for Alexstrasza, and then you can just feed Stitches hit points throughout all of this. So you have 2 pretty heavy hit point dealers here. Diablo just sitting there blocking any kind of targeting on the minions in the lane.
Hook comes out afterwards on Greymane too. He'll be able to go into Worgen form and be able to get away. Alarak in the top lane, he's actually not too shabby in a 2-on-1, being able to use that Lightning Strike to get a little bit of HP, and then of course he has a telekinesis, so you can't like fully dive him into a couple of turrets. This is actually something that we saw from Rich back in the day when he played in a lot of the HCC tournaments for Korea, right? Alak is very, very good on his own. You see that right there. And you get a suddenly good trade. You can step up. Please don't get picked off. I've been talking you up. And he gets away with 1 HP calculated, baby.
Absolutely. From like barely double digits. But yeah, he could have died there. So him going aggressive was a bit unexpected. Had to move back, but I think he's still going to be there in time to pick up all of the experience. Shouldn't really lose too much. Whereas down at the bottom of the map with a 4 versus 3 numbers advantage, it is the Netherlands pushing for structures and force Genji to rotate down.
And he kind of needs to be down here too, right? Because like, look how healthy the team is. Some BDK is just stacking these regen globes on cooldown. Every W that comes out from Alexstrasza, they actually bring all 5 down and hope to try and put some pressure on it. And they do pick up Simply DK, so that is going to be a solid pickup for them. And then, of course, with the night camps being up here relatively soon, they should be able to get those up. Oh my god, a second kill. Are they going to get a third? Volix trying to get out. Krankle goes for a flame buffet, but does not able to connect it. And with the Immortal Phase around the corner, they may be able to find more. Voice comes over. Alarak is here, but with the telekinesis combo, he's going to have to be forced away. Okay, though, Poland finding a couple of kills themselves.
Yeah, that's 3 kills to 0, a half-level lead, and a really nice early game for Team Poland. So this is solid. Netherlands have to be careful. We talked about them being the favorites, we talked about the tournament experience, but they can't meme it too much or you're going to get punished for it eventually. That happened to a lot of teams in the past, so gotta be careful here. This is not a big problem yet, it's still very early in the game, so deaths don't matter that much. Death timers are low, experience that tickles in is small, but yeah, that can't happen too often or they're going to be in a real dire position here.
Diablo goes for his own fight here on the bottom right, pushes them back, but at least they create a little bit of room here so that camp can continue to push during this. Greymane will be forced to clear it out, and the Immortal Phase has begun. Same time at the top lane, Alarak going for a fight. He's down to half HP, need around a quarter. Can he survive this? Me and dive underneath his tower. Genji looking for the full engage, but with some help coming in, it looks like he might be able to survive up here in the top left and maybe even find a kill. There goes the silence, Imperius being pulled on back. Krankle with the great timing shows up to help his teammate. Zaxi is now going down. Meanwhile, though, the Immortal Phase is being defended, but Greymane is starting to chomp this thing down.
He absolutely is. So they're going for the halftime show victory here. We have the first kill now for the Netherlands. So the rotation towards the top certainly helped Alarak. First of all, it kept him alive, and then they got a kill against Imperius. Nearly were able to take down Genji too, but his mobility saved him at the end of the day. Was able to half back out. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, the action continues. But blue team haven't really made any steps towards the objective just yet. They're just now sending Alarak over for some damage.
Keep an eye on this main map right now. Greymane's the one that's like probably the most important for where he's going to be rotating. And of course, Genji's the second important for when they're looking for kills. So that's how I'm going to see if Poland's going to be able to make a play. 7 hits up for both our teams at the exact same time here. Battlefield of Eternity continuing to be the great equalizer between teams. Genji able to kite away while Diablo and Alak are looking for a possible pick. Oh my gosh, was able to E away before that silence did connect. Great job by Voice.
Yeah, Malevolence now for Diablo. And again, they're trying to take the Mortal down, but this is going to be a win for Team Poland. They're going to take the first one here. Alexstrasza is still 4 globes shy of her 15 that she needs in order to just continue feeding Stitches additional hit points. thanks to his level 1. He's sitting at 8 stacks thus far. But the fight turns against Tyrael and he dies. Tyrael gone and the second kill for the blue team.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to why we saw Tyrael actually go in for that engage. Alexstrasza was displaying, hey, I really want to fight here and use my dragon form for those globes. Wanting to pick those up for Stitches because 2 do pop up at the immortal phase. And the moment you see an Alexstrasza stepping up into a fight, you know they're getting ready for their transformation. They only lost 1 person, but definitely something for them to keep an eye out for in the future. Immortal does run down here in the bottom lane, gets 1 turret, and looking for a second here. Should be able to get it with an attack or 2. And that will be all Poland will get out of that, is just a slight wall. Meanwhile, top lane, we have Genji diving on Alaric again, but Volix also having to be dashed out. Luckily, Barlow's gonna get him, and Alaric finally does fall. So Poland making a case here to grab a win in this best of 3 series.
I mean, it was about time that Alaric finally got punished. A few times so low that, yeah, it was really about time that he at least died once. But so, Stitches is gonna get fed now. 2 more globes and he's gonna get a bit of a movement speed bonus as well. Just picking up the talented alone obviously already gives you 5, so he's going to be sitting at 10. And that is going to get interesting as we're heading into the late game in particular. Getting a few more camps at the bottom of the map obviously increases this even further. So 10% movement speed it is. But as you already pointed out, Poland is ahead in kills and they're also now sitting ahead in experience, even though it's only by a small amount.
Yeah, they're really trying to play for this tempo phase, whereas you see the blue team, they're playing for a scaling phase with his region globes. Both Diablo and Stitches just paying off in dividends for those globes, being able to heal up like crazy. And then with Mephisto just being able to blink in and out of fights, they should be able to dictate the fights later on. But this next Immortal phase is probably going to be the real main story of the game for me. I want to see if Poland's going to be able to grab this and open up the map. If you do, it obviously becomes a lot harder for this double tank composition from the Netherlands to get into position while you are setting up the rest of the map. And then you also have a lot of areas where you can do some bush ganks, things like that. Kranko getting hit here with the shish kebab hooked into the corner. Zaxi able to walk away thanks to Barley providing him with a decent amount of healing. Voice actually going straight for the back line here. Dashes back just in time. And with 10s here now, we are going to get ready for a fight in about 15 seconds, Khaldor. Or maybe now.
Yeah, they're already going in. They have 10s, and there's the chance. Gorge being used. Nice. So they're trying to go for Imperius here. And he could turn it with the ult. Does, and goes for Stitches. Not sure if that's the target, but there's a 7-sided strike. Apocalypse with a double connect. And in comes Mephisto with the damage.
Imperius able to stay invulnerable here just the last second. Barler low on HP, does get zapped by Alec in the last second, but here comes Greymane and he wants to nom nom nom. He gets 1, he gets 2. Voice is going to be CC'd here by Diablo, able to dodge out on the hook that was falling up afterwards. The Hucky is trying his best to get a pick and he will find a Genji, but he's going to go down just in time for it while Volix is just showing through in that Worgen form. But with no healing around here, he has to rely on his tanks. Shish Kebab available for Zaxi in a second, and 4 people are wiped. Team Poland low on HP, but they have a Karazim on the way, can start working on the Immortal with a Greymane.
There's a couple of elements here. You can seriously tell that the Netherlands are a bit too cocky. I mean, Diablo re-engaging there, it was bound to backfire. So now Stitches is getting blocked. There's the 7-sided, but the heal is ready. Dragon Queen gets used too. Stitches has 30 stacks now, and they've been insanely diligent in stacking. Like, they have been chasing globes the entire time, and they're focusing on them very, very hard. They clearly want to make Stitches an absolute monster in the late game, with not only Alexstrasza being used for that, but them also strategically going for the camps and the minion waves around him. They get their kill now. It's 12 versus 12, so the team is still in a pretty decent spot, but there are some moments where they are very clearly overdoing it a bit. So far, they haven't been punished too hard for it. As death time has increased, that could still happen, though.
I really feel like Greymane backing was a bit of a mistake there. I know he was low on HP, but he had a Karazim on the way that could start topping off, and they missed an opportunity to get a massive lead on the Immortal phase. He backed away, went home, and then, of course, at that point, Tyrael needed to make a decision to either not be in a fight or back as well. Tyrael moved in, and now a number of advantages is starting to really circulate for the Netherlands, and it's starting to become an issue. This is starting to be a tidal wave as these big health bars are just running it down on the opposing side.
The problem is also with 7-sided strike on Karazim. I mean, in theory, that's great, but it's only good if you can isolate a target, because if you have the 2 fatties at the front tanking it, they don't care if it's 2 of them. Like, they couldn't care less. Look at that ult from Mephisto. I mean, damn, son. Apocalypse, maybe a little bit late here. That would have been a great follow-up. They still go for Genji, though. 36 stacks now for Stitches. Gorge is out. They want Greymane, and once he's gone, that's the main damage eliminated. There's also pressure on Imperius, but he makes it. Tyrael gone, Greymane gone. Yeah, and here's the blue team just taking full control for now, despite the fact that they're still a tiny bit behind in XP and don't have a level 13 talent.
What I'm enjoying watching about the Netherlands comp is how they're willing to start using their abilities, and then they kite backwards, and they kite backwards, they kite backwards. And Poland is suddenly in a weird position where they have to understand, hey, if we're going to go for any type of kills and whatnot, we have to have discipline, not to chase into the opponents where they're getting their region globes that are paying off. And they just haven't had it in the last couple of fights. There was 3 full mini engages that occurred there from the Netherlands, and they won on the 3rd engage after they had too much fighting going their way, and Australia just kept everyone topped off. Look at this here. Only one person had to hit a well. Everyone else is feeling incredibly healthy and can push up in this top lane without any issues.
Stitches actually missed out against out on a couple of globes that they were trying to save for him because he was at the bot lane. But look at that hook again. They are isolating that again. Nice pressure against them, pushing them back and making it harder for the red team to engage as the Immortal is starting to take down the fort, nearly finishing the job here. 8 kills to 8. Genji nibbling in the back, looking for opportunity, not finding them, and now here comes Stitches as he looks in the Gorge. X-Strike being used, another hook. He's trying to escape.
No
Thanks
way.
to Sanctification, he makes it out, but they... Oh no! He nearly died again!
Diablo overextending there, looking for a kill on Genji. And to be fair, that's his role in this team composition, to get on top of the Genji. And when he saw a couple of ultimates used on the top side, he thought he had to go for it. But nice pickup there by Barlor, dropping down the 7-sided strike. Diablo isolating and taking all that percentage damage. Alarak comes in with a combo, though, looking for Volix, and with a Shadow Charge, does find another pick as well. Poland continuing to fight here, and I don't think they really need to do so, Khaldor. Maybe it's time to back up and reassess.
It's getting ridiculous with Stitches as well. Here comes the next attempt at a kill. Alarak gets escorted in, and even with the attempt of Alex Strasser to heal him, he falls. But it's 5th. Oh my god, another monster hook from Simply. 50 stacks for Stitches. 51 right now. He has more than 1,250 extra hit points, and he's showing it. 15% movement speed advantage now over the other heroes in the game. And they're still sieging up at the top with 10 kills to tell. They're starting to pressure the keep.
Alex Strasser here to help out with some extra DPS and, of course, some healing as well. Dropping down the Circle of Life. The globes just cooking in over and over here. Hucky trying to put some pressure on the back right. Here's the shish kebab into another Durance, locking him into a corner. 7-sided strike. Look at some damage on top of Krankle. Krankle trying to retreat, but does need his tanks to come up and help him. And now the tanks are starting to be a bit too slow. Curse Bullet goes in, and did the Netherlands overstay their welcome? Here comes Haigu on Alarak, lands a combo. There's a Durance. Beautiful follow-up. That was so clean between the two. And Immortal Face spawning in 20 seconds does equate another fight brawling out between our two teams.
Fantastic turn from Mephisto. Just turning it around, dropping the ult, hitting it hard, and then they get another kill. Now they have level 16 talents. 55 stacks for Stitches. It's getting crazy. Again, Devour procs off the max HP of Stitches, so the more stacks he gets, the harder it is to take him down in the first place, but also the more sustain he himself is going to get. Tyrael is trying to take the camp here, but this is getting rough. Another ult baited out as Stitches went in alone, but they're still fighting. Alexstrasza is even here. She's now coming in. 16 versus 16 as Team Poland finally picks up the next talent. But this is just continuing the story. It's been an endless brawl for the last couple of minutes with the players just fighting non-stop. And here comes the next engage with Diablo dropping his APOC.
Hook comes in, landing on top of Letus. Letus trying to cut away. Well, it's time for some trade value. Up to the corner he goes. Greymane low on HP and is forced to escape. Moving forward, and he gets hit there with the damage. That's 1, 2, 3 members down. And Khaldor, we are at 25-minute kills between these two teams. Excuse me, 26, 27. It's a 5-man team wipe as the blue team is able to clear up the entire team. He moved to the top right and start working on the keep. Meanwhile, Alec is going to be on cleanup duty in the bottom lane.
I was trying to show you guys a little bit of a replay of this, but apparently, you know, some content restrictions started started to kick in, because this is just not legal in too many areas what's currently happening there. So this was too much, and we wanted to also make sure that if you have any kids in the room right now, that they're not going to be traumatized for the end of their life. I am not paying for the professional help that they would need. So yes, the auto censorship kicked in thanks to the AI overlords on this one. 16 kills to 11, 60 stacks basically for Stitches. So he is in, well, actually at this moment, at, well, 20% movement speed, so that's pretty big.
He be zooming. He's a flash out here, man. One more fight being available for Poland. Technically, they are on even talents and full HP. These lows continue to trickle all in. The Immortal phase is halfway there, and Poland needs to stop this. They know it, too. They go straight for Diablo, and they get him! Devil's Due is going to hit. He will be coming back, but he won't be in this fight for at least a good 10 seconds.
Mephisto is having the best time of his life right now. 85,000 damage. Maybe now finally kill against him. They want him for good reason. He's been the bane of their existence the entire game. And finally Uki gets killed. They go for Alexstrasza and take her down too. But there's still a few that they could try and take away. Genji gets killed. Stitches is alive. Alarak! All the sadism gone! And an attempt to save Diablo fails as Simply went in with a helping hand. Stitches the only survivor. He's too fast, he's too furious, and he has that fat hit point pool that makes him nearly unkillable. So Stitches survives, but the Immortal, or at least, yeah, the halftime show already over, the Immortal will go over to Team Poland. They should be able to lock this one in for sure now.
They do have to go to the top lane and work on this catapult, but you are correct. This Immortal should definitely be going their way between Greymane and Karazim, delivering the punches straight into their face. And we'll wait for the Netherlands to respawn. That fort in the bottom lane is incredibly low on HP. Would like to see someone go down there and maybe commit to that, while this Immortal phase will be pushing in the top lane and working on the fort up there. Okay, so Poland showing some signs of life. We have 33 kills in this matchup. Can we get to 50, Khaldor?
I think that's a good argument to be made for it, yes.
That's
so,
a real mythic quest.
my bet would be, yes, we can. Topside, Immortal, they're not even pushing with it. They want to go for the fort at the bottom of the map. That's guaranteed. So they get that. Topside, they might still get the value. Stitches now, I mean, honestly, his movement speed towards the end of the game is going to be out of this world. With, again, 66 stacks, he's sitting at 20% increased movement speed. This is just going to be increased further and further as Alexstrasza keeps feeding him. And I am not envying the red team. Even with Bullet, even with 7-sided strike, taking Stitches out is crazy difficult at this point.
Yeah, and the repositioning factor is what's so huge here, too. If you're not able to take him down and he kites away, then of course he has a free line to set up a hook, line, and sinker on top of you as well. So definitely an element they have to worry about. It might be getting to the point here where it's like, okay, if Stitches moves up for an engagement, do we try to find another target like Alexstrasza? Maybe go for Alarak? We have seen some focus on trying to turn around and get a pick on Mephisto with him using Sanification when he goes in and just trying to pop him quickly. And it did result in 1 kill in that last team fight. But Poland will have to try and pull that off again. Now, 20 does connect for the Netherlands, and the Netherlands are using this full level advantage to the best of their ability. They run straight to the bottom lane and they start working on top of the fort. We'll see what Poland goes to the top lane and grabs that minion wave and tries to get 20 themselves.
They're trying to go for the keep here, and it's actually a pretty smart move to force the opponent back. Now, there's still a lot of damage that was done thanks to the push and, of course, also the Inspire buff that they triggered on the minion wave. But we got level 20 talents. That gives us 4 Stitches, the Hungry Stitches. We also have Ritual of Life, 6 Globes, and Diablo. Stitches will have 2,000 additional hit points. Nasty business. But of course, Team Poland, they're only half a level away, not even. They have a shot at getting their own Storm talents, and then we're going to see that next big fight for the Immortal as we're now 19 minutes deep into the game.
They even move over here and grab this Night Camp. Rarely do you see this. You need to have a massive lead to move over here. Such a tight corridor, especially against AoE. That's how far they are ahead. They get that top lane pushing in, and Genji is making a play for the bottom lane. There is going to be a possibility that he gets cut off here. We'll see if he's going to be able to finagle this. He jumps through the wall. Stitches around the corner. I was wondering if he would come down here and try to find him, but no, decides against it. Instead, sits up on the Immortal, which is definitely the safer play, and they begin their defense. Here we go.
Yeah, topside attack, obviously. This late in the game, catapults, they just hurt. And so once that we have the top line pushing, right now it's only the camp. But this could very well end up with some catapults taking down the red team's core if they are not careful here. It's 20 versus 20 on talents. It's exactly the same, but Genji gets attacked. Stitches is moving in. 77 stacks for him right now. And yeah, nasty business for the red team. They gotta do something. They are the ones on the timer here, thanks to the top lane.
Yeah, good awareness by Netherlands here. They're not making any aggressive plays. They're waiting for him to come in. Lightbender comes out immediately. Big combo on 2 on the top right. And it's Hungry Hippos! As we see Simply Decay step up and grab 3 members. Sanctification, though, as they come out, they lock him into a corner, but the healing, it's keeping him alive, and Simply Decay does back away. He turns around for a hook. He gets Barlow, who's low on HP. He's being hit with the telekinesis, and there goes the Kerosene. Next will be the Imperious, as 2 have fallen. Maybe even a 3rd here, as Tyrael's trying his best to escape, but here comes Alarak to finish that one off here. Boom, there goes the combo, and now it's all about what the Netherlands want to do. Do they need the Immortal, or can they go top lane and end the game now?
I think they're going to try and end the game here, but yeah, it's a triple. We are at 36 kills now, and Stitches is closing in on 80 stacks, which means 25% additional movement speed. He's a race car. He's just zipping left, right, left, and he's not gonna stop here. 2,000 extra HP. They're going for victory here. They take the group, and another kill as Greymane dies. Great job by Team Netherlands. They did a fantastic showing here, and yeah, they're going to take the lead in Group C and take the victory here. So they're going to move on straight to the next phase of the tournament. Nicely done, GG, and well played.